All right, it's now the 60.1 on this your FM dial, and welcome now to the Idiot Thing with the rootsy absolutely flavor. Oh, lot of things to get you today in this the Idiot Thing, yeah man, rootsy absolutely, and it is now the 60.1 on this your FM dial, and we will start with something rootsy before we segue straight into the thing. And among the rootsy thing we have to go into today, let's see about the rootsy to thank all the persons who turned out on Friday for Roots FM retro party over there at the place called Perfect Place. Yeah, but thank all the persons who turned out, and thank especially lost the persons, yes, at their good vibe. Yeah, man, good vibe, and all the presenters who did their part, and those who were on stage, off stage, and behind the scene to make our first retro party possible. Again, big thank to all the persons who turned out and to do that and to give us the first good vibe at our retro party. And that can go down as a roots absolutely, because some person they turned out and they had a grand time. All right, and we must also say now there's a rootsy and real and idiot in this one there. And the rootsy part that we must say congratulations to Canada College for winning the Olivier Shield football competition. And but the idiot thing about that though, that it was played inside Jamaica's national stadium. And this is the idiot part now. The game was just about 26 minutes old in the game when there was a power cut inside Jamaica's national stadium, a power cut, and that lasted for a whole of 40 minutes. Oh, this idea thing now. And the power cut lasted for all of 40 minutes inside Jamaica's national stadium. And that's really India thing. For you have the biggest scuba football game in the country inside Jamaica's premier venue, premier sporting venue, the National Stadium. And then you're gonna have a power cut that the game lasted 90 minutes, and the power cut lasted 45 minutes, almost one half of the football match. The power cut lasted. But suppose it was a match that had been broadcast live and overseas. For example, Jamaica playing a qualifier against USA or Costa Rica or Panama and it live overseas. There is due to power outage. You know, that's a big idiot thing, trust me. Inside the national stadium, 45 minutes power outage. No man. Idiot thing that, trust me. Idiot thing that. Jamaica's premier football venue, a premier sporting venue. No man. And you have a national schoolboy football finals being televised live locally, and then a power could last 45 minutes. Mm-mm. I think, big idiot thing there, trust me. That is a big idiot thing for us. That means we was hosting like a Pan American Games with football, or a CSC Games, World Cup qualifier, or even a Commonwealth Games. Mm-mm. No man, big idiot thing that. That is indeed a big idiot thing, trust me. And also a big idiot thing now. Persons on Robin Road. Yes, Robin Road. Simply are complaining bitterly that for months they don't see the garbage truck come by to collect garbage along Robin Road. So the persons in the Woodpecker area, Robin Road, bitterly are complaining. Especially persons who do business along that road. There's a cook shop there, super nice cook shop. Yeah man. His waste had to be packed up beside his cook shop. And it look unsightly. And because there's no garbage truck coming through Robin Road and also through Walton Garden for the past couple of weeks, and the garbage is piling up in these communities, we're asking the authorities to send regular truck to this area, Robin Road, Woodpecker Avenue, Henderson Avenue, Beatrice Crescent, Rosalie Avenue, because garbage is piled up they're the border of Seabright Gardens and Waltham Gardens. Those houses there alongside the road again, Lawton Avenue, and that road there, I think it's called not Mount Pelion, that runs the bridge there that runs that connect Sebright Gardens to Waltham Gardens. And trust me, the persons there say they don't see garbage truck in many, many moons. And there's a large garbage pileup in these areas. So again, we're appealing to the authorities to come on by and do something in relation to the garbage in those areas. So again, that's also another idiot thing as well, because there's little or no garbage collection taking place in that particular area. All right, you have another idiot thing now. Where's a bus driver beat up police officer? No man, this is get from bad to worse now. And the popular Jamaica Union Traveler Association JUTC tour bus operator, yeah man, JUTC driver assaulted a police officer. And reports are that from the Antwerp police are that about 4 p.m. the constable was among a group of policemen who was traveling to the Welsh community in Antwerp St. James to pick up bins in relation to a report of malicious destruction of property was made against him in Montego Bay. Upon entering the yard, Binns was spotted by the officer who started to question him. He reportedly started to act boisterously and attempted to walk away. He was held by the constable, but Binns immediately started to land several blows to the officer's body, and both men got caught up into a physical confrontation. Lawman immediately jumped and seduced. The accused was taken into custody and subsequently charged. Binns is booked to appear in the court early next week. Oh, that's Trevor Binns of Corps in Hanover. And Trevor Binns there accused of physically assaulting a police officer in St. James. And that, wow, is really, really another idiot thing there. Trust me, you're trying to assault a police officer. And also, wow, man pulled gun on his co-worker. Ah, a medical engineer who allegedly pulled his licensed firearm and used it to threaten an electrician was arrested and charged over the weekend. Nicholas Plain, age 66, of Unity Hall, St. James, is now facing charges of assault in common law and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. The incident occurred while both planes and the electrician were on duty at their workplace at the Connaught Regional Hospital in Montego Bay. And reports are that police are that last Tuesday about 7:30 a.m. The plane stormed into the maintenance department and accused the 34-year-old electrician of stealing his cell phone. The electrician denied stealing the device, but Plains reportedly pulled his gun and held the electrician at gunpoint. Persons reportedly ran from the office while the gun-toting engineer asked another co-worker to call his cell phone. The call was the call. The cell phone was heard ringing on a table inside the lunchroom after it was handed over to Plains, who holstered his weapon and left the office. The electrician, who allegedly stole the phone, trembled in cold sweat, and a report was made to the police, and he was arrested and taken into custody, and his firearm seized. Wow! It rang on a desk, and apparently, and there's a possibility that the phone left on the desk by mistake. I don't know why he would go on to accuse the electrician. Oh, what a way to go! Idiot thing there on the roots. Idiot thing there. Trust me. This is Roots 96.1 FM. Also live here on our social media page as well. All right, as we continue again about the garbage situation over there in Waltham Gardens and part of Sebright Gardens, and again you're appealing to the authorities to do something about the garbage in that area. All right, dancehall artist Bounty Killer is bashing politics for fighting dance hall. Yeah, man, 'cause they're from Bounty Killer. Yeah, man say angry, cross, and miserable. Yeah, bud. And after being unable to perform back in August, due to the law enforcement pulling the plug on the event at 2 a.m. Dancehall artist Bounty Killer returned to the Footloose stage last Saturday night with a vengeance. And he said he is blaming the authorities for fight like against dancehall. And also the state of emergency is allowing they're not allowing most events to take place. But Wappings Thursday, they tried it here at Maho Drive, Wappings Thursday, and it ran for a short while from 12 midday until 9 p.m. But that was short lived as patrons in Jamaica are not accustomed to come out so early for dance and entertainment. It worked for a short while, and it just didn't go all the way. But let's see what that will happen in the very near future, where state of emergency is pulling the plug on a lot of event in Jamaica when it comes on to entertainment. All right, and this is something now. I don't know how I'm going to interpret this one, but it's something happening here as the People's National Party say it remains committed and promoting integrity and trust in politics as it recognized International Anti-Corruption Day. That's today, December 9. In a release, the party said when given the opportunity, it will lead a government which will reject corruption and foster transparency for benefit of all law-abiding Jamaicans. It noted that the establishment of the National Integrity Commission will investigate and prosecute and prosecution arms which intends to safeguard the nation from corrupt public officials and to ensure that the people's business is conducted as prescribed by law, but added that the International Corruption Perception Index indicates that corruption crisis in Jamaica. The party said in a global ranking of 180 countries, Jamaica slipped to 70 in 2018 and 68 in 2017. So we know Jamaica and all the both sides will say talk about corruption. Both sides also talk against corruption, but when they are there, it's a different kettle of fish. All right, different ball game altogether. All right, and we go to another, and we can find another rootsy note here. And the police, as Commissioner of Police, Major General Anthony Anderson on Friday presented awards to 25 members of Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Kingston Western Division. According to the police, the officers were recognized and commended for their contribution to the commitment in making their community safer during the Kingston Western Division annual conference and award ceremony held in Hartrust and Garmix in Kingston. The JCF said officers from Denham Town, Trenchtown, Admiral Town, Tivoli Gardens, the Island Street Police Station were in attendance. Recently, we saw some district district constables. They were quite upset that the police awarded a dog and ignored their work over the years. So the police they were quite vocal about that. That's dogs being dog getting award, but about persons who did a lot of work with the police force and their hard work has not been given it not been given their due according to them. All right, 96.1 on the FM band there for you. And as we continue to make it 96.1 on the FM dial. All right, so we continue with Roots Absolutely. And also more here for you. And I must also mention a Roots one there. I just left my notes a short while ago about a treat. And we're going to held at Robin Road. But we'll give you more of that. We get more details about the treat that's to be held on Robin Road. All right, and like we spoke about the National Stadium and a good a rootsy note here, and that in Jamaican sports where we saw where some international athletes came out on top at the Reggae Marathon in 2019, and it took place in Negril, Westmoreland, in Sunday morning. And Rizaway Dasushi Hosanda from Japan won the men's section, with Rosamund Ponder from England capturing the women's section. We also saw where we also saw where Midori Weta, Japanese female, yet she was the person who won the female section. The half marathon was won by Henry Thomas of UCC Steppers, and Kevin Campbell run unattached was second, and Dale Margman from Mobe Movers was third in that event. And Franziska Fallmann from Germany to the women's half marathon, while Elizabeth Mondon second, and Althea Martin of Jake's Hotel was third. UCC Steppers, Garfield Gordon won the men's 10, 10K, a record back-to-back victories. They took the event last year when they were representing GC Foster College. Mm, what a way to go there. All right, it's 96.1 on the FM dial. Oh, and we continue in Route 6. And we must say congratulations. And what's the verdict? What we hear today? We'll say congratulations to Paul Hamilton for winning on what's the verdict with a song called Let It Be alongside Nikki Burke. Okay, for those ones who see the CD on screen, let's say congrats to Paul Hamilton there for you. Yes, for winning what's the verdict again. I think I've lost count of how many times Paul Hamilton is winning Aiden's side what's the verdict, both as singer and also as a producer. And they must say hats off to Paul Hamilton for winning here inside what's the verdict. All right, I think we must go off now. Go off now. And this might not be such of a it's an idiot thing now. Roots has absolutely favor that Roots now this light for quite some while now. We have been making comment about the light post that was there along across from Lawton Avenue, and it was leaning about some 60 degrees onto the roadway, and we say that that light post has been removed by JPS. So we say that's Roots there. So that light post that was looking like a threat to motorists and pedestrians along the roadway across from Lawton Avenue, it has been removed. We're now seeing some shrubbery or bush is now growing on some light wires that runs there alongside Henderson Avenue in the Waltham Gardens area. And we're not sure if persons can, but maybe JPS personnel need to get rid of those green bush that is not running on the light wires in the air. So persons might not be because of the danger of doing so. I think JPS personnel will be better able to do that. But you see like hedging, like those green bush that runs is now taking over the light wires along that roadway along there along Henderson Avenue heading there into Waltham Garden. So again, we're calling the authorities to just look at that situation. And also again, we must talk about we're now seeing some work now taking place along 3 miles along the Hagley Park Road, now onto the Hagley Park Road project. We are seeing work taking place along 3 miles there. Yesterday we saw they're blocked off parts of Hagley Park Road, and they put on the surface layer onto the roadway, and also they're putting up the poles to install stop lights under the flyover or the bridge there, where the two bridge meet at in 3 miles, where there's a congestion in the morning due to traffic. But now they're putting up the poles to install the lights there in that area. And also, remember some weeks ago we showed you some badly placed signs along the roadway, signs that were actually protruding, actually on the sidewalk actually. And we can see those signs have been removed, and they are put up on some other signs. They put up the signs, but then they put up on better than that. These were the signs that we showed you some time ago. It's because the sign there in the middle of the sidewalk, and that one has been removed. You see people ducking under the sign there that was placed in the middle of the sidewalk, and those signs have been removed. We can tell you, and we're seeing one place being placed further away from where people have to walk. And also the one that was down by across from Dr. Glass, this was one by Dr. Glass, and that sign had been removed as well, and replaced more into the sidewalk and to prevent people from walking along the sign. So the one that's being placed there on this is the one again, another shot at it. And this gentleman has been walking around the side because it was made by Dr. Glass, and this sign has been removed. And again, so new signs have been placed along that part of the roadway. So now that's a route to note there, and we're hoping that we can see some better use of that roadway there, as persons has to be ducking under the sign because they were placed directly into the path of pedestrians supposed to walk along the 3 miles, and they can now say that they're moving the signs. Also there, that's that spot of land that was there behind the Scotiabank car park. That land there be used for, and this is the light post we spoke about earlier, and we can see that the light post have been removed. You can see it leaning there on the road. That light post has been removed thanks to the JPS for moving that light pole that was leaning there on the roadway. All right, and we can now say that 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 JPS has, yes, moved the light pole. All right, and we can now say that the signs are now being going up there in Tremans area, but not this time in the direct path of the not in direct path there of pedestrians. All right, as we continue here inside Route absolutely at the 60.1 and the FM dial. And another idiot thing now, but the restroom there at Coburn Gardens High, the restroom there at Coburn Gardens High School, and there's still no work on the plumbing. The restroom at Coburn Gardens Primary School has been completed by China Harbour, but the plumbing fixtures been done by a company called Champion, and they are still yet to do work on that one. There they can see the restroom, and we were there from the restroom was building this Genesis, but still the restroom is now almost completed, and nothing from them. So the Coburn Garden School, trust me, they'll be in need of the restroom when the school will be up and about. All right, so as we continue here inside. Oh, just to mention. Oh, I just remember something here that is history now. There's an island in the Caribbean called Nafasa Island between Jamaica and Haiti. And wow, the island here called Nafasa Island between Jamaica and Haiti, and it's not on your map. Been owned by USA. Yeah, and it's rich in some minerals, and is not and no one is allowed to go on that island between Jamaica and Haiti, Navassa Island. Mm. And you can do some research on that island. You heard it here first. Do some research on this island. It's called Navassa Island, and people are not really allowed to go there. Yes, yeah, Owen Brown is in studio. There must have an idiot thing here, Roots, absolutely.
Roots, man, roots.
Owen switch and go to studio B. We're about less than 5 minutes. I come around here, Owen Brown. All right, and we are live on YouTube as well. And as we wind down the idiot thing for today with the Roots absolutely feature. All right, and I ran into Ben Johnson's some months ago, and he's planning to go now into the honey business. Yeah, man. This is the other man called there's Median Ben Johnson, and he's now going into the there's no longer active in sports, but he's now going, so respect to Ben Johnson and his new venture, and he's now going into the honey stuff there, Ben Johnson there. Yeah, man. We all know the history about Ben Johnson, and he's now going into the honey business. All right. I'm gonna say happy birthday, yes, man, to Jeffrey Tavares. Right? Jeffrey Tavares. I wish him all the best. Jeffrey Tavares, birthday to Jeffrey Tavares. Wish you all the best on this special day. Where Jeffrey Tavares? One of we can stream and we make our YouTube viewers see him. Jeffrey Tavares there. I wish him all the best on this special day as we segue down from YouTube. Where Jeffrey Tavares? I wish him all the best on this special day. Yeah, man, Jeffrey there for you, Tavares. All right, they're going to keep it locked to us here, 96.1 FM dial. and as we continue to make it rootsy, absolutely. And then, all right, so keep it locked here. And the 60.1 on the FM dial. We segue now from Idiot Thing. Lot of Idiot Thing going on today. After Jeffrey, that's a rootsy one. His birthday today. That's a Idiot Thing. A birthday today, all right? And another thing now, that young guy who he was laid to rest. That the is it Benjamin Blair? Remember Benjamin Blair? That young guy from Clancarty Primary School who was crushed to death after a garbage truck fell on him. It was laid to rest yesterday, and a host of his tribute came in from his school, including Pampote artist, and she was in tears. Pampote there at the lives there for Pampote there at the service there. Oh, and she was in tears. Pampote, and we saw it there. Oh, yes, man, and a young one gone too soon. That young lad there, from Clancarty, Benjamin Blair from Clancarty, and they don't say they're going to put things in place to ensure that the safety of schools, of children in schools. And I heard Mr. Mr. Golden says he heard those things all the while, but yet to see they're manifested. All right. So on that note, we come now to the end of the idiot thing with the hub as the news from today. Tomorrow, same place, same time for more idiot thing. I'm Dudley Thompson. Saying continue to listen here on Roots FM 96.1 and also live here on WDT Beta TV. Over and out. And contact us here on Roots FM, the authentic voice of Jamaica's inner city. Over and out.